Shiloh. I'm the face behind Forever Handmade. In addition to being a part of Forever Handmade, I also have been hosting a Fibercraft podcast for the better part of the last 15 years. And show and tell kind of spurred out of my audio podcast. I've had a handful of listeners on and off over the last couple years ask me for additional details about some of the stuff I talk about in the podcast. So I devised the show and tell as a way to give some visual support to some of the stuff I talk about on my audio podcast. So today I'm here to do a little show and tell on my Louet S45 Accelerator spinning wheel. Now, this little wheel stands about 22 inches tall, and it is a very unique and hard to come by spinning wheel. Louet manufactured this wheel for just a couple of years in the early 2000s, and they only made about 150 of these models. And I actually came across this completely accidentally. I wasn't even looking for it. I was kind of obsessed a few years ago with the S40 Hatbox wheels. And in my search to find antique ones to refurbish, I came across this little beauty. So it's just about 22 years old and it's in amazing shape. This wheel is unique in that for its small stature, it can actually get, without any special flyer or anything, a 1 to 20 ratio. It has 3 ratios, 1 to 20 is the fastest, but it's definitely put together completely unique. It has a D-ring orifice and a rocker double treadle, so that's not a traditional double treadle. It only has a single arm, but 2 pedals connected in the middle with a rocker, which is cool. My Victoria has the same setup, and I've had no issues using it like a single treadle or like a double treadle, and it's super smooth, and I really enjoyed it. This wheel is in excellent condition for its age, and I really just love spinning on it. The only downfall is it's got extremely small bobbins, maybe 1.5 ounces. 2, if you're really stretching it, is all their capacity is. The wheel also has, as you can see, a little onboard lazy Kate that holds 2 bobbins. So if you want to do a 2-ply or chain ply, you can do it right on by feeding the yarn underneath the treadles here in these loops. It's a pretty cool little wheel, and I super duper enjoy working with it. What else can I tell you about this little beauty? I am pulling this wheel out and dusting it off because I am getting ready to take on a spinning project where I will have to spin several samples in varying fibers. This little bad boy is perfectly set up for it, and it kind of gives me an excuse to pull it out and use it every now and again. So I look forward to that, and I can't wait to take on that little project. Before I head out, though, I will get this wheel set up and spin on it a little bit and show you how it runs from a variety of different angles. So it is a beautiful spring day. So I've headed out onto my back deck into the sunlight so I can show you how this little wheel is set up and how I start spinning on it. So this wheel actually has 2 drive bands, one on the front to rotate the large wheel, and then one on the back that rotates the various ratios. So the bobbin and flyer screw together right here through that bolt, and the bobbin is actually held on and operates on 2 different bearings. It's pretty simple. It can be a little finicky and weird when you haven't done it before, but I'm pretty used to it. Get my tension control on. And that is ready to reattach the flyer. It's definitely not like the fastest process for getting started and stopping. But you can see those two bearings make this operate and run super duper smooth. That's pretty awesome. One of the other things that is pretty unique about this wheel is because it has this drive band on the front, there's a little notch in the flyer that kind of acts as your last yarn guide so that you don't get caught up in the drive band. It's a little noisy. You can hear the rocker. I can hear the rocker. I'm not sure if you can. But yeah, pretty easy to work with. And it's a lot of fun more than anything because it's so unique. And it's got sliding yarn guides instead of hooks. One thing I think is absolutely fantastic about Louet as a company is that even though they stopped manufacturing this wheel in the early 2000s, you can still get parts. I recently ordered 2 additional bobbins. You can get the drive bands, you can get replacement parts like the yarn guides and the connectors for the treadles. It's just one of the things I love most about Louet as a company is that they continue to provide support for all of their products long after they've discontinued the manufacture of them. So that's pretty fantastic. The same is true for, say, the Hatbox wheel, which I believe they manufactured in like the 70s and 80s. You can still get replacement parts, drive bands, and all those sorts of things to support it to continue to use this equipment long, long after they've stopped manufacturing it. And that's a really great testament to Louet as a company. When I need parts for any of my Louet wheels, actually any of my wheels, if I'm being honest, my go-to shop is always the Woolery online. Their customer service is amazing. They have direct connections with most of the wheel manufacturers that they work with. Um, and so they're able to troubleshoot difficult repairs and fixes. I actually had to send one of my wheels from home into Canada to get repaired, but they have great connections. Well, thanks for joining me for the first episode of Forever Handmade's Show and Tell. And I will get to work planning more content for you in the future. Thanks again for stopping by, and I'll put links to some of the stuff that I talked about in the notes. Thanks again.